There is no fear in love, but perfect love casteth out fear. Because fear hath torment, he that feareth is not made perfect in love. We love him because he first loved us. Fear is torment. That's what the Bible says, not just an emotion, not just a weakness, torment. And in today's world, people are tormented by all kinds of fear. Fear of rejection, fear of death, fear of not being good enough, fear of standing alone, fear of judgment. But the Bible tells us exactly what casts out that torment. Perfect love. Not shallow love, not worldly love, not emotional, feelings-based love. Christ-like love, charity. That's what John is talking about here. And that's exactly what Paul was talking about in 1 Corinthians 13:4. This kind of love isn't something you just feel. It's something you live. It's patient, kind, not puffed up. It forgives. It suffers long. It puts others first. Perfect love starts with him. 1 John 4:19 says we love him because he first loved us. That's the only reason we can even begin to understand perfect love. It didn't start with us. It started with Jesus. Jesus Christ is the foundation. You can't give what you haven't received. You can't pour out what you haven't been filled with. That's why before you preach, before you teach, before you try to walk in holiness, you must be filled with his love. And not just a head knowledge of it, but a heart that's been broken and rebuilt by it. You cannot live in fear and walk in perfect love at the same time. You'll either be driven by the Spirit or dragged by your fears. The reason many Christians don't walk in power is because they still walk in fear. Afraid of being judged, afraid of being mocked, afraid of what obedience will cost them, afraid to forgive because it might hurt again, afraid to speak truth because they don't want to offend. But Jesus wasn't afraid. He loved the unlovable. He touched the untouchable. He forgave the ones who nailed him to the cross. That's perfect love. That's charity in action. And that kind of love doesn't bow to fear. It casts it out. The world thinks love is weak, but true, godly love is the strongest force on this earth. It takes more strength to forgive than to hold a grudge. It takes more power to be patient than to lash out. It takes real courage to tell the truth with grace instead of spewing anger. That's why Paul said, though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels, and have not charity, I am become as sounding brass. You can be gifted. You can be bold. You can even be right, but if you're missing love, you're just noise. Am I walking in confidence, not in myself, but in his love? Because perfect love doesn't just make you feel good. It makes you more like Christ. So many today are tormented by fear, but the cure isn't in trying harder or pretending everything's okay. The cure is perfect love. Live that kind of love, and fear won't stand a chance.